Sharon, played by Letitia Dean, had been trying to move on from her affair with Keanu, Danny Walters, when she convinced her husband Phil Mitchell, Steve McFadden, to send the young mechanic abroad to carry out some business for him. However, when she bid farewell to her young lover on EastEnders earlier this week, it suddenly dawned on Sharon husband Phil had set up Keanu's murder as revenge for the mechanic breaking his daughter, Louise Mitchell's, Tilly Keeper, heart. Telling his wife it was none of her concern about what he planned for Keanu after Sharon rushed home in a panic over the fate of her young lover, Phil may not necessarily be planning on murdering his employee on the BBC soap. In fact, Phil may have his own surprise for Sharon, as having spent time in Spain last year and now sending Keanu out there, Walford's original hard man may have uncovered a secret about Sharon's past. Long-time viewers of the BBC soap will know Sharon discovered she was adopted by Den Watts, Leslie Grantham, and his wife Angie Watts, Anita Dobson, when Den's biological son Dennis Rickman, Nigel Harman, arrived on the square. After realizing they weren't related, Dennis and Sharon tied the knot, but their story would come to an abrupt end when Phil ended up stabbing Dennis on New Year's Eve in 2005. However, the deceased character still plays a big part in the blonde's life, as 9 months after his death, the couple's son Denny Rickman, Blur Landor, was born. Dennis may not be out of the picture completely, however, as actor Nigel Harman, 45, has teased he could make a return of sorts in the future. Speaking on Loose Women yesterday about the possibility of a return, Nigel said, "I mean, we'd have to come up with a storyline, before suggesting a Wes Dennis could make a comeback. A twin? A twin from America." In all his time working on his dodgy dealings, Phil could have discovered Den actually had twin sons, but the two were separated at birth, meaning the original Dennis would have had no idea he had a brother. Wanting to surprise Sharon and wanting to make amends for murdering her former husband, Phil could have tracked down Dennis' twin in Spain, with his time abroad spent convincing the mystery character he has family in London. Could this have been Phil's plan all along in sending Keanu out to Spain to bring home his stepson Denny's uncle? If Keanu does return with Dennis' twin brother, will Sharon welcome him with open arms, or will the blonde be shocked to see a face she thought was dead and buried standing in front of her? With the storyline a stretch, Nigel did admit, "It'd be difficult to find a storyline that was believable, I think." However, in the land of soaps anything is possible, and with Phil bringing back Ian Beale's Adam Woodyat, believed to be dead mother Kathy Beale, Gillian Tailforth, some 4 years ago, it wouldn't be completely out of the question for the Walford hard man to bring another figure back from the dead. In last night's installment, Sharon was frantically trying to find out what had happened to Keanu and whether he had made it to Spain. Keanu's mother Karen Taylor, Lorraine Stanley, told Sharon her son was having the time of his life in Spain, but this was soon revealed to be a lie. Trying to get hold of the mechanic, Karen rang Keanu, but the phone line went dead after ringing out for several seconds. Has Phil really got rid of Keanu once and for all? Elsewhere in the square, time could be running out for Hunter Owen, Charlie Winter, after he had Ray Kelly, Sean Mann, earlier this year. With the discovery of Ray's body in the woods next week, will the police discover Hunter was the heir, or will his mother Mel Owen, Tamsin Outhwaite, take the blame? EastEnders continues Monday at 8 p.m. on BBC One.